that's an interesting, argument that I don't know. When I was doing these questions, like I got curious, like on how much the international fan base influenced the original guys from Japan. And it turns out they basically don't care. Like they're
Yeah.
like, if you guys like it, we're cool. If you guys
We
don't
don't
like it, we're cool
fuck
as well.
you.
But here's the thing. I've noticed, like, especially since I did like the worst mistake of my life, which was downloading Twitter. I've
Yep.
noticed that a lot of hate that comes from everything related to a show always are from the international fan base. Like
Oh, yeah.
normally, Japanese fans they tend, even like let's go back to I know that it is 2 episodes in a row that we talk about Attack on Titan, but let's go back to Attack on Titan.
The Attack
Like,
on
I
Titan
remember-
podcast.
I
boy.
remember reading online that the Japanese fans, they love the ending, of Attack on Titan. It was just the love. They like it, but it was mostly like the overseas fans that were like, oh, I don't know, I don't like it. Blah. Here, but basically, what I'm trying to say with that is leading to my final question. Is the ending of a series, of course, is something very important for everyone, for the mangaka,
Yeah.
the audience, the fan base, the publishers, everything. But for you personally, does the ending of a series affect your opinion on the whole series? So let's say you have like an amazing manga that you're reading. It's basically perfect, but then
Yeah.
the ending is completely trash.
Naruto.
Does it ruin the experience for you, or like do you still you take the bad with you take the good with the bad, basically?
In a way, like if it's really bad, like Game of Thrones bad, like that ruined Game of Thrones for me.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
ending
that's
is just
true.
such garbage. But I haven't seen such discrepancy in manga. Admittedly, I haven't watched all of Naruto yet, and Consumer keeps bringing up Naruto's
I
ending.
love Naruto.
So
yeah.
maybe, but
don't
I haven't
like
really
it,
seen anything that bad that it would have ruined the whole thing for me. But I can see how it can happen because we have seen that happen with Game of Thrones.
Attack on Titan was
Yeah.
literally the example for me. I think more often than not, it won't. Like, that's what happened with me with Naruto. Like, I was honestly almost had Naruto as a 10. Like, I thought it was like pretty flawless up until the final arc. And I had my issues with the final arc, which is why I dropped it down. But overall, I still really enjoy it, and still think like 80% of that story is like one of the best pieces of shonen I've ever seen. But like for Attack on Titan, that ending was just so bad that just the idea of even watching or thinking about that show like angers me.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like the
I
ending to me
understand
just
that.
made the rest of the time I'd invested, the emotions I'd felt, feel like a waste of time.
Yes.
So depends.
Like like she said, normally I try not to, but it's almost inevitable, like because let's say the ending, I would dare to say that it's probably the most important part of every story, how you decide to end something that you've crafted for a lot of years. And there's always this question. Yeah, let's say that I didn't like the ending of something. Would I been able to do something better than the author if I wanted to?
Oh, absolutely
Like-
not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so it's this strange limbo for me in which let's say like I remember when I finished reading the manga of Attack on Titan, I got I spent like 2 weeks trying to think, because I didn't like the ending, but I couldn't come up with a better ending, like in a way
Yeah.
that like I was like what would fit this kind of story. And I think that it's, I don't know, and the endings are hard. It's
Yeah.
sometimes you manage to land something very solid, very good, and sometimes you don't. So
I mean, that's the reason why isekais never fucking end, isn't it?
No.
what about you, Speedy?
See, I can't just like, oh, okay, it's ended. Yeah, the end's alright, but you know, like,
The only ending
I
Speedy
was like,
cares about
oh,
is
it's
a
ended.
happy ending. Wink, wink.
I feel like it is
no.
also kind of a spectrum because again, if it is terrible like Game of Thrones, I could write a better ending than that because a fucking
yeah,
5-year-old
if
could write
it was
better.
like a genuinely terrible ending with that just didn't fit, I'll be like, yeah, that was pretty shit, but like I can't change it. What's the point?
What's the point? The point is they wasted your goddamn time.
I
But
mean,
I,
even
I
if
think about it like, oh yeah, I enjoyed the series. The ending was a bit shit, but hey ho, it's
Yeah.
alright.
Damn.
I don't
Eva is
care.
actually kind of a good example of this because obviously the original Eva ending is fucking garbage,
yes.
and then the movies actually came out and you got the
Omedetou.
proper ending for it.
Yeah, but if you had to do like 4 movies to kind of
Yeah.
save an ending, it's
Yeah.
that's questionable on its
I don't
own.
think the ending
I
is
mean,
that
I mean,
bad.
obviously, the Eva is a bit
No,
different
no,
because basically they ran out of funding because they were just told you need to end it now, which is
Yeah.
obviously a bit different than just willingly writing a bad end. I don't think anyone willingly writes anything bad.
Just tell
Do you
her to
guys think
Hajime.
it's
Queen Bee.
better when a series ends first, like before its time? So let's say like Eva, they didn't have enough funds to finish it, so they decided to do like that whole very strange ending, or is it worse when the story should have ended on a specific point, but like the publishers are like, no, we need to keep pumping.
It's
we need to
worse
keep
when it
pumping,
should
so
have
it's
ended
worse.
already because we see that with so much stuff that it should have ended ages ago, and then corporations just go, we need to make more money off of this IP.
Yeah.
Mm,
Fast
Because
and
I have
Furious.
like an example, like a very recent example of a manga that I was reading. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it. It's called Boy's Abyss.
I've
It's basically
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
I think you
You talked
recommended
about it
It's
at one
this-
point, didn't you?
I did.
I think you
yeah.
did.
Oh, but well, anyway, I like recently Boys Abyss finished, and my honest opinion that manga should have ended 50 chapters ago. Like 50 chapters ago, it would have been like perfect ending, perfect, like no joking, perfect ending. But they started to stretch the stories to the point where it got like it got very boring that I was just checking in to see if it's gonna end. Like
Okay,
every week I
yeah.
was like, okay, let's see if it. And then when it ended, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, of course, but it ended in such a like it for the time that they've been stretching the whole thing. You would have think that maybe the ending is gonna be something, they're building up to something. No, it basically ends with a very how do you call like an ending that it's not clear or
Cliffhanger?
Uh,
Anticlimactic.
ambiguous.
ambiguous.
Yeah.
That's the word. A very like you don't understand like if this happened
It's
or
like
that
an
happened.
Inception ending.
Yeah, but a bad Inception ending, because Inception, it's a good example of how to do that. You do like the ambiguous thing, and maybe it happened, maybe it didn't.
Yeah.
But then it basically like it's not like they built up to that moment. It's basically the last chapter is basically this thing happened or it didn't happen. Is up to
Yeah.
you to figure it out. But yeah, that